What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Let Dirt Fly YouTube channel. Today we're up in White Oaks ATV Club. It's up in upstate New York, kind of like Albany area. But today we're actually testing out my Elka suspension and giving you guys a review on it. So I've had the suspension on my quad for a little while now, probably up to like about 4 months. But I wanted some time with them to adjust them, get them adjusted right and everything, so this way I could give you guys my honest opinion on them, and also get some ride time in on them, so this way I could see how they last and hold up. Because we throw a lot of crap at our quads. We throw a lot of mud at them, and we do some trail riding too. So when you're rocking 32-inch tires, yeah, it takes a beating on things. So, little backstory on my quad. So I have S3 forward A-arms as well as S3 extended trailing arms. So they are pushed out a little bit, but you can see the Elka Stage 4s in there. And right now I'm running them basically with the compression almost all the way out, just because of the fact that we're on a trail ride today, so I want them softened up a little bit and we're kind of just going easy and whatnot. So on today's ride, I'm gonna go over everything I love and hate about these things and some things I noticed with them that I wish they would change up a little bit. So with that, let's gear up and hit the trail. All right, folks, so we are up at White Oaks ATV Club today, just doing some ripping, and gonna be going over my Elka suspension with you guys because I've had some time on it now. I didn't want to go ahead and just put them on and start riding and then tell you guys immediately how they work, because I wanted to get the feel for them. But so far I'm definitely loving them, and I've done quite a bit of adjusting to the preload and to some of the other stuff with it, rebound and compression, because these are stage 4s and they are really smooth, matched up with these Moto Havocs. Now, what this? Wait for me to go through first, babe. It doesn't look that bad, but doesn't look that bad. Wow.
How deep is that?
I don't know. I might wait that out for a second. I don't think it gets much deeper, it just gets mucky. So for my quad, I'm fine, I think. Oh, heck. She's pretty deep. Yeah, this way looks safe.
Yeah, it's way different.
And I could probably make it through here. You want to go this way easy? Just make sure you hug that.
Do I need to be in low or anything, or no?
No, shouldn't need to, because it's like rocky. Just do low.
You know what? You say I don't think you need to, and then you know what? I would do low. You're such an annoyance.
There you go. Stay right.
Is this good?
Let's see, this is. Oh yeah. That's a fun little spot.
Now we just got to make sure that the camera actually records.
That's pretty neat. All right, very good. Ready? My belt got wet. Really?
Your belt got wet?
Yeah, I've been having issues with that.
Good job, babe.
Hold that thought for a second. All right, so yeah, my belt lately has been getting wet on me. I gotta actually investigate why it's doing so. But oh, this is a little gnarly looking. Follow my way down, babe. I apologize. My brakes sound good. At least you have an engine brake. My engine brake doesn't work at all. Kinda is right now. My tires are too big for it. It just blows right through the engine brake. But yeah, for some reason I checked all my connections, everything looks good, but water keeps getting in. I think it's coming in through the box itself somewhere, so I gotta actually tear it open. See what's going on there. So one thing that people probably don't mention is that suspension also helps in the mud. Now it helps in the mud because basically you can gain a little bit of ground clearance, and you can stiffen up your compression and rebound, which will make it so this way you can actually maintain your ground clearance while riding and whatnot. So yeah, definitely been helping me in the mud a lot with this suspension here. So right now I have the suspension set up pretty soft, and it's been doing pretty good. This looks fun, but dang, the ruts at the end. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do when I get down there. You can go that way, babe. Oh, it's muck. So there's supposed to be a trail right here, but there no longer isn't.
Oh.
So I might have to try to turn around now.
Good job. Yeah, I think that doesn't really look like you can climb. I mean, you could try, but
I could probably get through here, but getting up that's gonna be a doozy. I don't even know if my quad's gonna have the power to go through this backwards. Come on, baby. That's not that bad. Oh, okay. So one thing that's nice about the Elka suspension is it makes the quad very predictable, actually. The stock suspension was so soft that it felt like when you hit big bumps and ruts and stuff like that, it would just throw you. Whereas this just absorbs it, takes it, and it makes it nice because you can cruise along on trails and stuff like that. You see a log coming or something, just hit it. It just soaks it right up. It's actually pretty nice. You can hit that one, babe.
that one.
Yeah, go for it. You can do it. Oh my god, there's so much leaves in there you took out with you.
Did I?
Yeah, your whole front of your quads is leaves. That's okay, Marshall, I'll have to clean that later.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm extremely impressed with these shocks so far. So with 32-inch tires, I'm turning on this thing. It's pretty dang smooth. I mean, usually when you think of 32-inch mud tires, the thing's gonna ride like a fucking Bronco. Oh, babe, make sure you get some speed for this hill.
Get what? Speed?
Yeah. Hey. This thing's like a totally different quad with these shocks.
Well, that's good. You can actually ride it without it like rubbing and breaking your plastics.
Yeah, that's the nice part. Being able to ride and not have rubbing anymore. That's mostly because of my trailing arms. So one thing I noticed with the Elkas is that with the small little chattery bumps and stuff like that, it soaks a lot of them up. Is I'm running huge tires on this thing and you can't even hardly feel these little bumps, and I had everything set up for the large tires, which is really nice. So you custom tailor the shock to what you're doing, and I knew I was going to be running large tires, so I had them set them up for that. It's been really good. I just jumped my quad. Got only 3 feet of air that time. These trails are so smooth. Whoa, big. Hello.
What?
Hello.
Hello.
There you go. Got 3 feet of air that time.
Who did?
You.
I got air?
No, not really.
Oh.
Let's go this way. Now another thing I noticed is, now this is just probably the way I have them valved, but at slower speeds they are still a little bit bumpy-ish. My quad is a lot stiffer than it was before, but it's a good kind of stiffer. The second you start speeding up a little bit, you can feel the shocks really start to work and absorb the bumps and smooths out a lot. So it makes riding nice, but just when you go through the slower sections, it's just a little bit bumpy, but not too bad. And the second you speed up with these shocks, they smooth
Well, that's good.
right out. Looks a lot worse than it is. It takes a second for four-wheel drive to come on.
Okay, so you knew what I was doing?
Yeah. That's how you watch the light. Oh, you're golden. Alright, so we just stopped to grab a bite to eat real quick. But so far, the Elkas are night and day difference compared to my stock suspension. You can definitely feel it's a little bit stiffer, especially at lower speeds. But when you start getting a little bit faster and whatnot and picking up speed on trail, they just smooth right out, especially when you hit little bumps and stuff like that at high speeds. It's like night and day compared to stock. Stock quad felt very uncontrollable at higher speeds, especially with the bigger tires I'm running. But so far it feels very, very composed and feels really good. So right now we're just gonna eat real quick and we're gonna hit the trail once again. All right, so we've been back on the trail for a little bit, cruising around, just trying to find some fun stuff. So right now we're kind of heading back towards the main section of trails here up at White Oaks, and hopefully there's some mud I can play in for a little bit before we have to go, and show you guys that these shocks also help in the mud, because it helps keep your ground clearance up, which is something that's very helpful when you have a little bit of mud to go through. So last time we were up here, I had my 31-inch XM 310s on, and it was a rough ride. The XM 310s feel pretty good on a trail, but the suspension was just garbage for the stock 650. How's it going? So this suspension has made a huge difference in the ride quality of my quad. I definitely recommend grabbing you a set if you can afford them. I think even going with the stage 1 or 2 suspension would still be just as good, just less adjustability, so less fine tuning. But I still think over top of the stock suspension of my quad at least is a night and day difference. This is probably gonna be pretty dang good today. Your quad could technically go through here. Alright, so if you remember our 850 versus 650 video, we hit this mud spot. It's pretty nasty. See what she's made out of. Yep, she's pretty nasty. Wow, way too easy. Hey, that used to be a really bad hole right there. I got stuck down there last time, but it seemed very hard packed this time. Did I get you? Yes. Yeah, last time I was gonna say. It's just sand. Yeah. Let's see how bad this one is now. My quad used to struggle through that hole so bad. So of course I had to throw a little bit of mud in there for you guys. So right now we're actually gonna head back to the truck. I'll give you guys my final thoughts on the suspension, and we're gonna head home. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so I actually just made it back to my house. We just drove an hour and a half home. It actually started snowing where we were, so by the time we got loaded up and everything, we just wanted to get out of there because it got cold. I'm freezing right now actually. Alright, so my overall impressions of the Elkas is they are definitely a huge step better than the stock suspension on my 650 XMR here. So the stock suspension was super soft, but not a good kind of soft. It made it so the ride was too plush, and if you try to do anything really fast or anything, it just didn't perform at all. Now with these, it's night and day difference. The amount of control you gain by going to these is incredible, because literally, I mean, I was rocking 32s all day today and kind of felt like a trail quad. It didn't really feel like was a straight up mud quad or anything like that. It felt nice and smooth. It was stiff in some spots, but other than that, it felt really good. Now, some things I noticed with these shocks. I'll post a picture right here, but for some reason, the O-rings that kind of seal up where the actual shock mounts to the frame of the quad, so for some reason the O-rings keep popping out. I think it's just more of a dust protector thing. Keeps mud and dirt out of there and whatnot. But for some reason that guy keeps popping out of me. I have to keep putting them back in every time I come home from a trip or something and I wash the quad. See, they're sticking out. I'm sure they're probably sticking out now, but you can't really see them because the quad is a filthy mess. Other than that, the shocks have been really good. They've been really easy to tune. Now, do you need stage 1s or do you need stage 5s? That is up to you. So regardless of which ones you go with, you're still gonna have a massive, basically, difference over top of stock. I mean, you're talking about shocks that are valid for you, your weight, your riding style, everything. Even they ask you what size tires you're running and stuff like that. That's what you're kind of going for. So stage 1s would do a great job still, even over top of the stock suspension. You just don't have the adjustability of going to like a stage 3, 4, or 5, something like that, but still a really, really nice setup. So with that, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. We really appreciate everything you guys do. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you go on over to our Instagram, our TikTok, and Facebook. We usually post over to Instagram and Facebook all the time, letting you guys know of events that's coming up that we're going to and all kinds of other stuff. You also see some early kind of stuff going on as far as videos and everything. Get a little sneak peek of all that stuff. So make sure you guys head on over there. And with that, we will catch you guys next time on Let Dirt Fly.
Have you forgotten where you were?